anybody comes up on the stream today, the key word of the day, rumors.
Look at all these rumors surrounding me every day. I just need some.
That's the word of the day today, rumors. Is what she talking about just rumors? Or was she able to prove what she's been talking about? Here's what I think the underlying theme that Monique, Cat Williams, that they've talked about, that they disclosed about, the underlying theme to all of that is integrity. We do not spend any time anymore talking about, dealing with, teaching, pointing out, or to any degree, the value of integrity. You know, integrity is a principle that emphasizes the very fabric of right and wrong. Integrity it's more than just a word. It's a basic commitment to the truth. It's a basic commitment to righteousness. It's basically standing on business, even when the ground beneath you shakes from those who come to challenge you because you are trying to hold somebody to account and to call into account their integrity. When you are calling someone into integrity, and you have receipts, you have the proof, you have the evidence, those are not rumors.
Look at all these rumors surrounding me every day. I just need some.
They're not rumors. Malcolm X, the good brother Malcolm X, he once said, I have more respect for a man who lets me know where he stands, even if he's wrong, than the ones who come up like an angel and is nothing but the devil. What separates an angel from a devil? Integrity. And integrity is the courage to stand by your convictions. It's to be the same person in the dark as it is in the light. That's what integrity is. It's a moral compass. Now, the value of having integrity cannot be overstated by any means. It's the foundation. For me, it's the foundation that trust and respect is built on, and the foundation that trust and respect is built. Without integrity, our words, what we say, what we do, becomes empty. Our promises don't mean a damn thing, and our actions are always called into question when you lack integrity. Integrity elevates. It transforms, it transcends, and it's the key ingredient in accomplishing your dream. So, integrity. Integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, you know? And it's the courage to stand firm, and even when you have to stand alone. Even when you have to stand alone. Somebody please, in the chat, those are in the chat, please explain to me who's standing with Monique. Or is she standing alone? Who's standing with Monique? Or is she standing alone? And she's been standing alone. That was a rhetorical question, by the way. She's standing alone, and she's been out here on a limb for over a decade. Now, I know in our spaces, we've been, and I have been on the train about, our women being unaccountable. You can't hold them to account. You can't hold them to account. They always dodging accountability. They want to obfuscate. They don't want to do this. They don't want to admit that. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about the truth. There's something different about the truth. The truth rings different. It sounds different. And here's another thing where you might be circling around the truth. You start seeing people en masse attack the one. Please explain to me where we have not seen the masses attacking Monique over what she's been saying over the last 10 plus years. So what is Monique out here doing? Is she being unaccountable? Is she obfuscating? Is she blaming? Is she complaining? Is she bitching? Is she, what's the word what somebody said? Is she bitter? Is what Monique doing is nothing more than spreading rumors.
Look at all these rumors surrounding me every day. I just need some.
Integrity is unwavering. If you have strong integrity, you are unwavering and you are committed to the truth, not her truth, my truth, they truth, a truth, some truth, our truth, the truth. Integrity is built in righteousness, regardless of the consequences. And we're going to talk about the consequences of integrity at the end of the stream. There's a consequence to having integrity. Without integrity, we all will be just empty, devoid of purpose and direction. If the Bible, the scriptures, Proverbs 10:9 tells us, whoever walks in integrity walks securely. But whoever takes crooked paths will be found out. What part of Monique's story has changed over the last 10 years? Can anybody find a loophole, a sentence, a verbiage, a consonant or a vowel in which has been different than when she first came out onto the scene? What happens to a culture when you disregard integrity as a foundational value? History teaches us that culture is doomed to decay from within. If as a culture if the culture lacks integrity or disregards integrity, the culture decays from within. Somebody please tell me what's going on with Black folk right now. Can you deny that as a culture, whatever that means for us, it ain't rotten? Can you honestly tell me that as a culture, as a whole, that what Black folks suffer from, it ain't rotten? It ain't rotten to its core? Come on, Black people. And you know what else happens when the culture disregards integrity? It leaves us open. It leaves us open, it leaves us vulnerable, and it gives permission for others to come in and do harm. Come on, Black people. Can we say over-policing? Can we mention the 1996 crime bill? Can we talk about redlining? Can we talk about the hiring practices? Come on now. Can we talk about, which a lot of you don't notice, but can we talk about the fact that the police department in Philadelphia bombed a whole Black neighborhood? Bombed, dropped a fucking bomb. The Philadelphia Police Department in the 80s. Go look it up. They dropped a fucking bomb. This happens when, as a culture, we disregard integrity. Back to that scripture, Proverbs 10:9. Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but whoever takes crooked paths will be found out. This verse teaches us that integrity offers not just a moral high ground, but a fortitude of security, and it shields us against deceit and manipulation. Proverbs 11:3 says, the integrity of the upright guides us all, but the unfaithful are destroyed by their duplicity. This shows that integrity is just not a personal virtue, but a shield for all of us. Again, what are we talking about here? Rumors?
Look at all these rumors surrounding me every day. I just need some.
Is that what we're talking about here? Just rumors. I want to play something, but before I do, let's go ahead and do this.
Money making is my thing, cause I'm trying to be rich, trying to put away meals.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Here comes the
All right, y'all. Shout out to Take Heed to the Message. Hey, with the $5 super sticker, thank you for the support. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right, shout out to Harmonize with the $5 super chat. Hey, King, have a great show. I'm trying to. Look forward to the conversation. Mr. Walker from Singles by Choice with the double nickel. What's up, brother? Talking about let's go. Let's get it. Yeah. I can see the good brother Coonley. Welcome back, Coonley. Welcome back. I haven't seen you in a minute over here. Thank you for the. I guess it's supposed to be a super chat, but you didn't leave a comment. No comment. Just the pure love of the game. That's what's up. All right, and Amani's back with another $2. She backed everything up. She said Monique did. Monique did. You know, I had a conversation. We're talking about this with me and my cousin, who are actually referred to as my sister. She's actually more my sister than, well, we'll get into that another day. My actual sisters. But we talked about this. And so I actually, she asked could she come talk with me about it. And I was like, oh, absolutely. But before we do that, I want to, speaking of integrity, I want to play something Stephen A. Smith said. And then after I do that, I'm going to bring up my cousin Khadijah, and we're going to talk about this for a little bit, okay? Let's hear what Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith. Let's see what he had to say.
As it pertains to Cat Williams, God bless you. I hope that you can.
Derek, yes, they bombed a whole city block in Philadelphia. I don't know if that's a question or a restatement. The Philadelphia Police Department absolutely bombed an entire police department. I mean, the police department bombed an entire, yes, they did. Go look it up. Go look it up. In the United States, inside, where you're not supposed to take any military actions like bombing a neighborhood, that actually happened in Philadelphia during our lifetime.
As it pertains to Cat Williams, God bless you. I hope that You continue to be the great comedian that you are. I hope that you were telling the truth, and I hope that somewhere along the way there's some level of compassion, because even if there were things done wrong or there were things done against you or things that you didn't like, I think it's safe to say, Cat Williams, that I don't know if anybody out there wanted to or had the intent to hurt you as much as you seem hell-bent on hurting and humiliating them.
Khadijah,
Ooh, yes.
I'm not done playing the Stephen A. I just had to stop right here because before I let you, cook on everything I said before. This first few seconds of this clip with Stephen A. Smith, what impression do you get what he's saying about Cat Williams?
The impression that I'm getting from what Stephen Punk Ass Smith, you didn't say it, I'll do it for you. What I'm getting is he is backpedaling and saying, oh my God, my brother, I don't want any smoke from you, which is another man, but I am very comfortable with throwing a Black woman under the bus.
Later in the clip, in one of the clips, I'm going to play a couple of clips from Monique. But she referred to them saying, this happened, this is happening to a Black woman. And I think we've kind of gotten a little tone deaf, a little deaf to the fact that because our women unfortunately use it so much, like they're being singled out. But I think with this particular situation with Monique, I think it's absolutely correct. It's because she's a fucking Black woman. Rarely do I think that I go to that first, you know what I mean? But I think it might fit here. But
you are so comfortable with saying, Cat Williams, whatever happened to you, I don't know. I don't understand. I wish you the best, my brother. If this happened to you, God bless you. But as we're going to see down the line a little bit later in this clip, he is very comfortable with talking viciously and vilely about a woman. But when it comes to a man like you, it's a whole different tone. Oh, I'm sorry, my brother. Please, if this happened to you, much respect. But with a woman, a totally different attitude. And where do we get off at stating that, hey, as a man, I have a right to talk to a woman any kind of way. I have a right to be vicious towards a woman, but I am cowardly when I approach and talk to another man
who's only 5'5". Hold on a second. Let me replay this a little bit.
To hurt you as much as wanted to or had the intent or there were things done against you or things that you didn't like. I think it's safe to say, Cat Williams, that I don't know if anybody out there wanted to or had the intent to hurt you as much as you seem hell-bent on hurting and humiliating them. And that's something for you to think about, because I got mad love and respect for Cat Williams. He's a hell of a talent.
Here's what I don't like about Stephen A. Smith. He always tries to disguise his disgust. He's disgusted at Cat Williams because he said it, but I think he tries to hide it when he starts talking about, I got love and respect and admiration for it. No, the fuck you don't. Because your assessment of what people did, people lying on Cat Williams, people stealing from Cat Williams, your assessment was you are hell-bent on trying to hurt them more than they hurt you. They were hell-bent on hurting him when they stole from him. They were hell-bent on hurting him when they lied on him. But I will concede, when it comes to Monique, there might be some extra special sauce on this one, Khadijah. Now, back to my opening monologue. Do you have anything to say about what I said in the opening monologue?
No, let punk ass go.
Okay.
And I wish him nothing but the best. Monique, she's brilliant. She's an Oscar winner. She's sensational. What she did in Precious, her phenomenal acting career, her comedic genius. Monique, I don't know if anybody said this to you, but I'm going to say this to you, and I'm going to say it to you out of love. You always say sisters or brothers when you're talking to black people. Well, this is a brother talking to you, Monique. You look very bitter. You look like the light has been stripped from you.
Oh, Lord. I'm going to get back to that clip because we got more to go to, but there's just so much. This is only a 3-minute clip that I pulled.
It's a lot to unpack in 3 minutes. Why is it that every time a Black woman states her grievances, we have to be angry? We have to be bitter. The light has to be struck out of us. Why are you not saying that, why are we so comfortable with continuously blaming the victim for being victimized? Why are we so comfortable with not holding the actual predator accountable? Yes. Can somebody say if somebody stole millions of dollars from you and do it repeatedly over decades and keep lying on you, yes, the law that they told might have happened 10 years ago or decades ago, but because of the fact that every time I go up in order to get a job, that lie still hunts me, that prohibits me from feeding my family. So yes, it might have happened decades ago, but I just relived it yesterday when I tried to apply for a job. Is anybody saying that?
No. Why would they say that? Why would they say that?
Oh,
And
but
let me put this out there. We accuse somebody of being bitter as there are not times where that being bitter is righteous. There is righteousness in anger. We got a whole term for it called righteous indignation, which is basically righteous anger, meaning justified anger, justified bitterness, and we just throw it around as a way to continue to marginalize. And on my channel, I'm all about holding accountability. And I know a lot of times, a lot of the guys, they get angry at me because, I take things on a case-by-case basis, on a story-by-story basis. There are times that I got to hold our ladies accountable to some foolery and fuckery. And there are times I got to hold guys to the same account. And I get slandered because of it, because I try to be objective, because I try to be fair, because I try to attack the issue. The issue here is it's about integrity. In the world, it seems to be railing and raving against Monique because she's pulled the integrity card on a few people that we like. Not knowing that these few people that we like cost her not just harm a decade worth of harm. And we're going to be like, you sound bitter? You fucktard. How else am I supposed to sound? How else am I supposed to sound? Especially when this action, as you alluded to, Khadijah, when this action is repeated, the behavior, the action taken against me, I have to live with the consequences, deal with the consequences of that every fucking day. Every day I wake up, that lie, that action, that harm is still harming me a decade later. How can I not be bitter that next week this is going to be harming me again next week? It's going to be harming me again in an hour. It's going to be harming me again on Friday. It's going to be harming me again next month. How can someone not be bitter when everything that you do, everything that you know, what do we expect Monique to do? Go work at fucking Dollar General now and be happy about it? You sound bitter. You sound bitter.
Yes,
When
you're the typical angry Black woman.
Which, Khadijah, there's legitimacy in that, but this is not it. Let's not pretend like this is something that it's not, because she's trying to, because she didn't pull the cape of integrity on people we like. Tyler Perry is liked. Oprah is liked. Kevin Hart is liked.
D.L. Hughley is liked.
Yes. They're liked.
Can I ask you a question, though?
Uh-huh.
In the interview, Monique stated that she is fighting CBS for $9 billion that the Parkers made, that her and Candace Vaughn is trying to get their money from. But it is ironic that nobody in the Black community in this commentation that they're getting, they're not stating that, wait a minute, why is this so-called white corporation not playing these Black sisters? They are actually stating that she is bitter because of the fact that Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry and Kevin Hart and D.L. Hughley, and they did something to harm her. But we're going to hold her foot to the mat because you're a victim and you're not supposed to be angry and upset because you were victimized. Why are we comfortable inside of our community that not only do we hold sanctuary for our predators, but we also throw the victims under the mat repeatedly?
You heard me say at the beginning of this, Khadijah, because our culture lacks integrity. We don't value integrity. We disregard integrity. Integrity is not something that we hold as a proper value. That's how we're able to do that. That's why I'm talking about this stream from the perspective of integrity.
People forget that Cat Williams said that, wait a minute, hold on, Shannon Sharp. The marker is not race. The marker is not about race or Black or white. It is about the truth. And unfortunately, inside of our community, when it comes to people that we like, we throw truth and integrity out the door. It is ironic that decades ago, Monique said that Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry and Lee Daniels, they wanted me to work for free. She had fulfilled her contract. They wanted her to go internationally and work for free as if she's a slave. And she says, no, I will not do that. I'm sorry. My contract is over. And because she refused to do that, they put out a lie. Not only did they put out a lie, she also posted the actual audio of Tyler Perry stating that he lied on her. But we're gonna
get to that because I got the clip. I got the clip of not the audio, but I got the clip of her talking about it. So yeah, absolutely. Let's get back to Stephen A for real quick.
I don't know what happened. I'm not going to call you a liar or anything like that. I don't know.
You don't have to call her a liar. The moment you called her bitter, it implies that everything coming out of her mouth is a lie because she's bitter. So she's going to say anything because she's bitter. She's going to do anything because she's bitter. She's going anywhere. She's whoring herself out because she's bitter. You don't have to call her. Khadijah, how do you call somebody a liar when I call them a liar? You call them bitter.
Or an angry Black woman.
I never asked Steve Harvey or Kevin Hart or anybody or Tyler Perry or Oprah Winfrey and all of this other stuff. I never asked. I don't know. But I know that you're telling stories about Oprah. I'm not saying false stories. I don't know. But you're telling one thing about Oprah. You're telling another thing about Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry leaves you a voice message.
You see how slick he is. I'm not saying you're lying, but I'm not saying that you're not telling the truth. But I don't know. Yes, the fuck you do know, because the broad brought out the receipts. Monique brought out the fucking receipts. What the fuck you mean you don't know? You are consciously accepting the fact that she's not telling the truth. You're calling her a liar. On full display right here. Let me get this out. On full display right here. This is a 3-minute clip. We haven't even gotten we're only halfway through it. We're about a minute and 30 seconds into it. He's called her a liar, and he's called her a liar, and he's called her a liar. This right here, let me pull it up. This right here is what integrity don't look like. As many times as I try to give this motherfucker right here the benefit of the doubt, because he can be brilliant at times, integrity, you had it in spades, would not allow you to do this. Go ahead, Khadijah. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you have a little bit more what he want to say. Roll that out, and then I'll have something to say.
Okay.
Reportedly, and you're airing the message. Well, how can somebody feel comfortable enough ever talking to you if they think that their messages are going to be disseminated to the masses when it was supposed to be a private conversation?
Stop.
You talked about Kevin Hart and how.
So you mean to tell me that she aired the message? She aired your phone conversation stating that you lied on her, but you just stated that you did not know what happened when Tyler Perry clearly stated that he lied on her. So what that lets me know is that you are comfortable with Tyler Perry putting out a lie on this sister, causing her millions of dollars, ruining her reputation and her ability to work and feed her family. But yet and still, you get up on your show and state that because of the fact that somebody ruined your reputation, lied on you, caused you harm, and absolutely cost you millions of dollars in your ability to feed your family, your children, but you're not supposed to be an angry Black woman or bitter.
No. The fuck you doing, Khadijah? No.
And it's coming from Stephen punk ass Smith, who I've heard cuss folks out for doing less.
No. Bitter. And I don't know why I'm expecting integrity from a man who openly jeopardizes integrity regularly and will tell you that. Well, I'm gonna stand up to my bosses for the bosses. The way this nigga say bosses every damn day, it makes my skin crawl. The bosses, I don't want the bosses to get mad at me. I don't want the bosses to get upset. I don't want the bosses, the bosses might have something to say about that. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not. Let's finish up what this got to say. Because, I'm about to, Khadijah, I try to be like emotionally in check dude, but my, you know who raised me. That I try my goddamn best to be an emotionally in check dude, but my programming sometimes overtakes, I can't help it.
I'll say it for you. I was raised by a bitter, angry Black woman.
You were supposed, he said, I love you, sister. We'll talk in 2 weeks. And then after that, you never heard from him again. Okay. Did you play any role in that? I'm just asking. Did you? I don't know. But when you bring these kind of things up, and you talk about Oprah, I'm quite sure Oprah ain't perfect. I'm quite sure there are an abundance of people, black, white, and beyond, that have had issues with things that Oprah has done that have negatively affected them. But we all know how much positive Oprah generated for so many of us, because she showed us the way in so many ways about how to excel in this industry and in life. Does it have to be that bad? Even after all this time?
Yes, motherfucker, because oh my God. It's continuing to happen. It Khadijah, let me tell you this. Punk bitches like this can sit up here and say this shit because it hasn't happened to them.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying, yeah, because it hasn't happened to them. Every black woman ain't fucking lying when they say that they were harmed. And if that gets more of my male, associates in this space pissed at me, fuck y'all. Sorry that I try to have an honest assessment of the issue. That's why I say at the beginning of every one of my fucking streams, I attack the issue, not the person. So when I do my streams, and if you notice on my streams, I rarely go off topic because I am dealing with the fucking issue at hand. And every issue is unique to its own set of facts, data, statistics, and analysis. So there are times I'm going to be on here saying shit, taking on a topic, and you're going to agree with me because it feels good. But there are going to be times that I'm going to be up here and I'm probably going to say, I'm going to take on a topic from an angle that you probably disagree with. As much as we know about female nature and black female nature, yes, there are women who could take a lie or be hyperbolic or be a perpetual victim for their entire lives. Monique is not being a victim here. She's not exercising victimhood. What did I say about what integrity? Integrity, when you have a healthy dose of it, you will stand alone. And let me tell you from personal experience, ain't nothing like being on an island alone. I know from Khadijah's related to me, very closely related to me. Mm-hmm. She knows. My grandmother raised me. My grandmother has 7 children, 7 drug addicts. Did I just lie there, Khadijah?
No lie detected.
I was raised in a home where her oldest son was the biggest dope dealer in the town. Did I lie, Khadijah?
No lie detected.
I'm surrounded by drug addicts and drug dealers. I put my head down. I go to school, high school, leave there, go to college, start a life for whatever the fuck that is. All under an entire family structure disliking me for those choices. Am I lying, Khadijah?
Not at all.
Standing alone when your drug addict mother tells you she hates you. But standing alone. Integrity. When you have your drug dealing uncle come to you with $50,000 cash when you're 22 and broke, saying, hey, you know that job you work? They'll never suspect if you help me run some shit out of the job, because they'll never suspect you, because you the square. And then me telling him to go fuck himself while he laid out 50 grand on the table and told me I could have that. It's called integrity, motherfucker. And having the courage to stand alone in it. I identify with Monique standing alone. Let's finish up with Stephen A. Then I'm gonna let you guys hear from Monique herself. Khadijah, anything gotta tell you that was a lie? You think it was a lie?
Oh, nothing that you stated was a lie. Remember, we come from the same cloth where we have to stand alone.
But I'm bitter.
Of course. No, you're not bitter. You're just a black man that then went through some stuff. But I'm bitter because I'm a black woman that went through some stuff. But I'm bitter and I'm the angry black woman. So since I'm bitter and I'm from the angry black women's crew, I'm going to stand in space with my sister Monique because I relate to her on so many different levels. Except I'm not a comedian.
Right. Most of the
Just
time.
a question. Something that I want you to think about. Shannon Sharp had Monique and Cat Williams. I'm not.
Hey, Hot Sauce, I saw you on Black Men Unfiltered today. You're right. She can be bitter and right at the same time. And let me and I said it earlier, and I'll repeat it. Bitterness doesn't mean that it's unjustifiable or that it's not righteous. Jesus himself had righteous anger when he went into the temple and he saw these motherfuckers gambling and shit inside the goddamn temple. What the fuck did Jesus do? What did he do, Khadijah? You remember?
No, please tell us.
Jesus came in and started tearing shit up. He started turning over tables. He started screaming at people, cursing them, all this other stuff. There's righteousness. There's righteous indignation, righteous bitterness. And we want to sit there and pretend like it's not.
Looking for those interviews to interrupt his shine. He get his shine, I'll get mine. But that's my dude. And if he comes across as doing something wrong or doing something that people feel that I should be compelled to comment on, that's why I chose to comment.
All right, he's talking about Shannon Sharp now. I'm gonna give a fuck about Shannon Sharp. Let's hear Monique talk about integrity. She never said. I don't think she says the word integrity. I just think that's what I gave her. We'll see. Let's see what you got to say.
What was Monique like as a little girl?
What you seeing right now, baby, ain't nothing.
So you always...
I just got, listen, let me tell you something. A lot of people in this industry don't like me. Right?
Yeah.
They didn't like me as a little girl, Shannon. I'm so used to this shit. People didn't like me because I was going to tell it. I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell on you. So what you saying right now is the same.
Now, she do, Khadijah, remind me of the little girl in the neighborhood that you can't do shit around because she put a run and tell him. See, I'm telling on you. Yes, she do. So that's why I think, you know, Shannon's kind of laughing at that because we all know that one. You know, they telling it. Can't do it around them because they telling it.
Same thing